Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. Whew. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of February 2021. I am calmly laughing to myself because my son told me to not sing, to try and not sing anymore. So I just thought that was funny. But I do appreciate his young energy, so I thought I would share that with you. You may have noticed that I do have a brand new background for the readings. It's a new year. I'm trying some new things. So we'll see how this goes. We will see how it goes. I'm liking it so far. It feels really, really comfortable. And the main thing is that, you'll be able to see the cards. That's always what's important. And speaking of cards, I will be using my original tarot deck this month. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And then Sagittarius, I will close out your reading with a Messages from the Fairies oracle card. So if this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome. And I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. Yes, that is what we focus on here. We focus on finances, money, wealth, abundance, prosperity. I think that a lot of you have told me that you appreciate readings that focus on money because there's not too many of them out there. So I'm very, very happy to be diving into this with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So what do we need to know for the sign of Sagittarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? For the month of February 2021. All right, what do we need to know for Sagittarius? Well, you know what, Sag? February is actually going to be, it's going to start off with, you're going to have a lot of people around you trying to interject their opinions, their ideas. People are going to want to try and tell you what you should be doing. But in the end, you will know exactly what your next move is going to be, okay? So don't get too overwhelmed when you have people coming at you from different directions, especially when it comes to any type of conversations, around the topic of money. And I say that you're going to have a lot of people around you because I've got two kings here, and that's what's coming through very, very clear. Now, a lot of times the kings represent energy, but in this particular case, I'm really picking up that these two kings here are representing people around you. Now, it could be relatives, could be coworkers, could be even people in a professional type of way, like an advisor, maybe your realtor, maybe your client, or, whatever. But I see people are going to be giving you a lot of input. They're going to be giving you a lot of their opinions, their information, their beliefs. And it's causing you to kind of maybe second guess your plans. It's causing you to maybe feel like, well, maybe I should listen to this. Maybe I should try this out. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. And I'm gonna say that, yeah, you can listen to people, but when all is said and done, you know exactly what your next move should be. You know exactly how to create the results you want, okay? Don't get too distracted by the opinions of others. I guess that's probably the easiest way to say it. Looks like somebody here could be someone from your coworker. Now, sometimes when you talk to people at your job, they come to you from the perspective of what is best for the job, not necessarily what is best for the person holding the job or doing the job or in that particular position. When you talk to managers And they always come from, the position of, well, this is what's best for the company. But it's not necessarily always what's in line with what's best for you. And that's what I see this here. Now, this king, I feel like this is someone you know much more personally, and you've kind of had doubts about this particular person. It's like you kind of still keep in contact, but at a distance. And this is the person that always has an opinion, always has to comment, always has to, say something opposite. When you say something, they always say, oh, well, this won't work, and this is why I think, it's one of those types of very opinionated people. Now, we also have the Hangman here, and the Hangman talks about stagnation and being stuck, but he's in the reverse. So once you kind of deal with these people here, and this is probably going to take place in the first week of February, you realize, okay, if so-and-so tells me this, I really know that I need to do the opposite. Now, we also have, excuse me, the Seven of Pentacles here. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse talks about a new interest coming your way, a new desire, a new idea. You were probably feeling things were feeling very repetitive, very routine, but that's going to change as well. And I have a feeling that this is part of what's going to spark that creativity, or really reaffirm that you know exactly what you're doing. The Magician is a very good card. This is the card of alchemy, and we talk about creating, the life that you want, creating the wealth that you desire, and you totally are capable of doing so, regardless of what your circumstance is, okay? There's always a way, there's always a solution, and you will figure it out. You may have to listen to some nonsense along the way, but when all is said and done, you will have a very clear answer about what you need to do next. All right, so let's see what else is showing up for Sagittarius. As it relates to money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021. And check it out. Things really just start turning around for you in a very positive way very quickly once we hit the second week of February. Now, we've got the Chariot, the Star, Wheel of Fortune. These are all very powerful cards to have in the upright position. We also have the Five of Cups. Then we have the Six of Wands here. Let's start with the Chariot. The Chariot talks about moving ahead at full speed. Sometimes it also talks about things really just kind of picking up momentum when you didn't expect them to. Now, because this card fell onto this card here, remember I told you someone's going to have, try and interject their opinion. That information really motivates you to start taking action, and you start taking action very, very quickly. You know exactly, like I said, which direction you need to go and how you're going to kind of maneuver your way through this plan of yours in order to kind of create, the income, to build the business, to grow your career, to advance in your career, to set up your investments, okay? These are all very exciting things that you're going to be moving towards and you're going to be working towards at this time. Excuse me. Now, the other thing we have here, this is another good card to see in the reverse. This is the Five of Cups. It means you have no regrets, right? You may cut these people off, or you may disregard what they said, and you make no apologies for it, because you know truly what is best for you. You follow your heart. You follow your own inner tuition, your own inner guidance here, and it pays off in a very good way. The Star card really is. Now, these are the two cards of celebrity here. We have the Star, and we also have the Six of Wands. Sometimes the Star literally means you becoming the rising star in your field, in your industry, in your life, in your circle, in your social networks, whatever the case may be. You really start shining bright. The other thing with the Six of Wands here, this is the card of pageantry, of being seen, of everybody cheering you on, and they're saying, yes, you're a winner, you're the one, we admire you, we are excited for you, you are it. So this is very, very exciting. Now, I also like to throw in that the Star card is Also the card of vibrant health. Okay, it's also the card of regeneration. Because this card is just so pure, you know, you can tell by, you know, the beautiful stars that are just shining and showing through in the image here, but also because there's just this, I want to say strength, but not necessarily strength, but there's a vitality. There's an ability to kind of move or just kind of be free and feeling really comfortable in your own skin. And I feel like this is going to definitely be you, Sagittarius, once we move into the second week of February. Now, the other thing about this is that if you are feeling a little like maybe you have some physical health challenges, this tells us that you are going to start healing, you are going to be on the mend, or you will get answers. You know, sometimes doctors don't have answers for us. And once you get your physical health back on track, that will allow you to get all the wealth in your life back on track. Okay, so you know, just be confident that the good is on its way for you and that you are doing the right thing at the right time in order to make it happen. Finally, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is good luck. This is one of my favorite cards because it talks about unexpected good luck. It also represents my favorite word, which is serendipity. So you're in the right place at the right time, and I'm not surprised it fell onto this Magician card here. Remember, you're the alchemist, which means you are creating opportunities for wealth, prosperity, job offers, investments, growth, extra income, a business, whatever it is, it's definitely going to start turning in your favor. If it doesn't start turning in your favor by this time, because I see it looks like things are already starting to happen before we get to this point in the month. But you know, just get ready because this is very exciting, Sagittarius. You have a lot of power, a lot of, I want to say, movement in the right way, in the right direction, and most importantly, in the right timing. All right, Sag, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of February 2021. All right, and I do apologize if you heard that little chime in the background. That is my water app reminding me to drink water. And yes, I do need to be reminded of that, but maybe you need to be reminded too, Sagittarius, and that's why it went off when it did. But let's all drink our water and stay hydrated. Okay. All right, Sag, so we got a repeater card here. Hangman, remember we saw him here. Again, he's in the reverse, so that means you are not stagnant. Things are moving. And also because it fell on the Chariot card, and then we have the Eight of Wands. This is another card talking about timing and the speed and the right time for things to really move and for things to happen. So that's really, really good. As we hit the second half of February, you're definitely going to be moving. You're going to be projecting in a very, you know, I want to say prominent way towards your goals. Things are happening and you are making them happen. You are kind of riding this wave of things just kind of flowing for you. And this is really, really good. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Now the Queen of Pentacles, sometimes when she shows up in the reverse, that talks about a missed opportunity. Now, this happens to all of us. Sometimes we are so preoccupied with what we're currently working on. Either we just don't have the capacity to notice anything else, or sometimes we're just not paying attention. And the Queen of Pentacles is telling me that you have to be careful that sometimes when you are moving, you know, and things are happening and things are going, you really want to pay attention sometimes to other areas of your life because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. And that could very clearly happen here. I'm feeling like there's an opportunity here that maybe you're just not noticing, or maybe you're just not prepared to take advantage of. Now, this doesn't mean that this is going to be the only time this shows up, but sometimes if you were more conscious of what was going on around you, it would have been something that you could have utilized for your advantage, okay? And I'm feeling like this is something having to do with either investing, like I'm picking up like buying. Some of you who are investors in crypto, it could be that. It could also be maybe real estate, maybe the market for some of you who invest in that. I also know that some of you do invest in gold and silver, and maybe this is an opportunity for you to invest in those things. But I am getting the word buying. So there's something that maybe some of you need to buy and you just miss out because you're just not paying attention. Now, it doesn't have to be those things. It could also be maybe you're looking to buy a new washing machine and they go on sale. And then when you realize it's time to buy one, you're like, damn, they're not on sale anymore. So whatever, just kind of keep your eyes and ears open, okay? I think that's probably what I'm trying to communicate. Next, we have the Two of Pentacles. Also pay attention to the budget. Every time I see this guy trying to balance things, I always get pay attention to the budget. Also pay attention to the checkbook. Make sure you're checking your account balances, your invoices, your statements. Make sure everything is balancing. Make sure everything is, lining up and matching up the way it's supposed to. We're moving into tax deadlines for some of us, so this is a really good time, mid-February, to make sure everything is in order. We talked about the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is the timing card, which means, again, you don't have time to waste, but things are working out in a very timely way for you, Sagittarius. This is going to be very profitable. You are meeting deadlines. You are kind of taking advantage of the time available to you in order to pursue other things. So this is really, really good. Just enjoy it. Next, we have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Cups. Now, the Queen of Swords, she is someone who has no problem cutting something or someone off that does not serve her. Now, she doesn't do it in a nasty way, but she does establish boundaries to some degree, and that's what I'm getting from this card, is that you will need to have some boundaries in place in order to protect yourself. Now, depending on the context of how this applies to you, it could be boundaries of protection, maybe around your finances. It could also be boundaries in your personal relationships. In other words, communicating to people what you are available for and what you are not available for. I personally am not available for a lot of drama, a lot of back and forth. So, you just communicate that in a very diplomatic way, and that is really taking care of yourself too. Now, again, when we talk about finances, this could also be, like I said, boundaries of protection. Do you have enough insurance? Do you have enough savings? Do you have a way to protect your finances as well as the finances of your family? God forbid anything should happen. It's about being really proactive. So, again, this is all about removing things that we just don't want to kind of hinder us. But at the same time, it's also establishing boundaries, and you will have to decide exactly how that fits for you. Finally, we got the Two of Cups here. The Two of Cups is a divine connection, a divine union. It's coming together in a very beautiful, sometimes a very emotional way. The other thing about the Two of Cups is that it means sometimes a new relationship is on the horizon. And because we're talking in the context of money, it could be that maybe there's a new business partnership. Could be a new job. Maybe you kind of sign on with the company that you've always wanted to work for. The other thing is that maybe you work for someone that you actually really admire and respect, personally as well as professionally. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely going to be in line with the other things that are going on at this time. Remember, we have this good luck card here. We also have the card of alchemy, which means you're creating opportunities to create more money in your life. And I have a feeling that this union, this relationship is definitely going to help you financially in some way. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean someone's going to just give you money, although that is possible. But maybe it could be a mentor. Maybe it could be a business coach. Could be a teacher. Could be someone that, just shares their knowledge. A good, tried and true friend who shares something that is working for them, and then you figure out a way to make it work for you as well. All right, Sagittarius, let's keep things going here. You've got an amazing reading. Definitely you've got some good stuff happening this month. All right. Okay, Sagittarius, as you can see, looks like you're definitely going to be coming into some money. Well, I shouldn't say money, although that's what I'm feeling. But, not everybody defines abundance as money. I know that's one of the ways I define it, but that doesn't mean that that's true for everyone. And I feel like I need another card here. So let's see what else we need to know for Sagittarius. Okay. So, you've got two of my favorite money cards here. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, and we also have the Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the card of luxury. This is the card of splurging, or maybe really investing in yourself in a way that not only feels good, but it's really going to make some big progress in your professional standing, in your life. Whether that be, say, investing money into a brand new website, investing in a high-end coach or mentor. Maybe you invest in some new inventory for your business. Whatever the case may be, you definitely invest in a way that pays off in a huge way. Like I said, it not only feels good, but the results that you get and it almost elevates your status in a way, because now you're saying, yes, I'm a member of a country club, or whatever the case may be. You make an investment and it definitely elevates you to that next level. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the start of a brand new business, a brand new enterprise. It could also be a brand new job. It could also be some new investments happening for you. Whatever the case may be, something new is starting roughly at the end of February here, and it's definitely going to be profitable. Okay, so get ready. Your hands are open and ready to receive. The other thing about the Ace of Pentacles is that it really means that you just have a really solid knowledge about what's going to happen, about how you're going to make this work, and how you're going to make it benefit you financially, as well as personally and spiritually and emotionally. Now, we have the Two of Swords here, which means you are going to have to make some choices here. Sometimes when we move into new directions, remember, saying no to something or saying yes to something means we have to say no to something else. So it looks like you could be dealing with that a little bit here, okay? It's very exciting, the things that you're doing, but let's say, you do spend the money to upgrade your website. Well, that means that now you can't necessarily buy other things for your business, and you're going to have to trust that you're doing the right thing and you're doing the best you can right now with what you have, okay? So don't get anxious and don't stress too much about the decisions, because I see that energy kind of easing its way in, and it's okay. Everybody goes through it. But you're going to have to understand that don't stress about these big decisions. You're doing the best with what you know right now, and you will continue to do that as you move forward. Next, we have the Ace of Wands here. Now, the Ace of Wands means that there is something in relation to your work that probably doesn't start the way it's supposed to, or maybe there's a delay, or maybe things just stop happening, things just stop moving. This is something more I'm getting of a heads up. It's not necessarily a prediction, so to speak, but just pay attention to, if something doesn't necessarily get off the ground, it's not something that you did. It's just kind of what happened. And it doesn't look like you have very much control over it, okay? So you're just going to have to kind of roll with it and see, just kind of watch and see how things play out. Now, the good thing is because this thing doesn't take off, it frees up some money for you in some way. So let's say maybe you were going to invest with a group of people in something, and the whole thing just kind of falls apart. And then you decide, okay, well, now I have that money to do something else with. Or it could be something as simple as maybe you were planning a vacation, something happens, and now you can't go. Well, now you don't have to spend the money on the vacation. Now you can redirect that money somewhere else. So in a way, it's kind of a good thing, but it will probably still be disappointing, but it will have a good, a good silver lining to it. Next, we have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands talks about reevaluating some things and maybe making some changes in the workplace is what I'm picking up from her. Now, she's a very grounded card, but sometimes in order to feel really secure, things have to kind of be changed around. I'm getting the sense that there's going to be some changes happening, some movements. Now, this could be something huge, or it could be something very, very minor. But I also feel like there's going to be some people changing. Not necessarily, well, I mean, it could be. I was going to say not necessarily someone getting fired, but it could mean someone like getting fired and then somebody else coming in that's even better. Or maybe there's a personnel shift, or maybe there's, a redistribution of responsibilities. I don't know. There's going to be some type of change as it relates to your work. And for those of you that don't work, or who are students, or who are retired, there's still going to be some type of a change. Maybe you get a new teacher. For those of you who are retired, maybe you get a new neighbor, a new landlord, something like that, where there's a change of people involved. Okay? Finally, we got the Three of Swords in the reverse. This is a very good card to see in the reverse because this means that you are healing from some type of emotional heartbreak. Also that you are releasing some pains, and this really unblocks some money energy for you, right? You start to kind of move past the disappointment, the hurt, the heartbreak, the regrets. And remember, money also has an emotional connection, and you start to kind of work through some emotional blockages that could have been holding you back. Whatever the case may be, by the time we close out February, you're going to feel really, really confident about where you are emotionally in your life at this time. So overall, Sagittarius, you've got a very, very powerful month. And the good thing is that it just keeps getting better. The first week, things seem kind of interesting, but then things get better, and they get better, and they get better. Not to mean that everything's going to be perfect. I talked about, things here and there that you need to pay attention to, but overall, things are definitely just on the upswing, so enjoy it. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading, Sagittarius, with a messages from the Fairies Oracle card, and this is a beautiful one. This is ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need exactly. And I think this is definitely what you're going to be dealing with roughly in the first half of February. Communicating your wants, communicating your desires, and telling people exactly what you need. All right, Sag, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.